Hi everyone, thanks for checking out my Possible campaign. My name's Jasmine Phillips, I'm 30 years old and I live in Brisbane. I've recently finished a degree in International Politics and Community Development, and since having finished my degree I've been looking for an opportunity to go overseas and do some volunteer work in community development. I started researching a couple of months ago and I decided that I wanted to be somewhere in the region of Latin America. As I've been there before, I've travelled extensively in the region and I speak the language as well. So I started off with Mexico because it's a bigger country, I've spent a lot of time there and I'm quite interested in some of the politics that's happening in the region. And through my research I stumbled across an awesome organisation called Secunda, who is a small grassroots, not-for-profit, non-governmental community development organisation operating out of Oaxaca. They were founded in 2009 and have been involved in a whole bunch of different awesome community development projects. Specifically, some of the projects they've been working on is working with communities who live and work in the garbage dumps just outside of Oaxaca. They do a lot of participatory consultation with the communities in order to figure out what it is that people who are living in the trash dumps might need in order to improve their standard of livings. And they found that a lot of people living in the dumps have been there for many generations and families are born and grow up in these environments. And so they decided that a big part of making sure that those communities were safe was to make sure that they had safe housing. And so they developed a program where they went round to communities and helped them to learn about the materials that they were recycling and also how then to build housing out of that recycled materials. And they've set up a whole bunch of programs where communities have come together and built these incredible eco houses out of Tetra Paks and other recycled goods. And as part of that process there's been a lot of work done in the communities to remove the stigma associated with people who live and work in the garbage dumps, to help the children gain education. There's been a lot of work done in sustainable farming and worm farming and all kinds of other projects happening alongside of that that are associated with food security and human rights and gender equity and all kinds of things like that. So I did a lot of research into the organisation because I'm wary that some organisations sometimes seem to be doing good but can actually be disempowering the communities from making their own decisions and about their lifestyles and improving their own livelihoods. So after I did a lot of research, I felt quite happy that the organisation was actually doing good. There was excellent reviews, there was a whole bunch of awesome stuff to read on their website. And so I contacted them and said that I would be interested in coming and doing some volunteer work for them. And I had an interview with one of the women. I spoke to her about my experience throughout the years volunteering in different organisations, about my degree, about my qualifications and past work history. And about a week later I got an email from her saying that they'd love to have me as part of their team. So that's really exciting. I think that it's going to be an awesome opportunity. I think that with my qualifications I should be able to contribute positively to their project development and also hopefully learn a lot about community development in the process. So that's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a Possible campaign to try and raise some money. Even though Secunda has some funding, most of that funding goes towards establishing their projects. So they rely heavily on the work of volunteers. However, they don't have any funds to support us once we get there. So the cost of living, food, transport, housing isn't covered, and whilst I'd really like to go and spend as much time there as possible, I'll be limited in my own funds. So I'm hoping that I can do some fundraising and that you guys will be able to help me out. So obviously the more money that I raise, the longer I'll be able to stay. On the Possible campaign it said that I'm aiming for $1,000. That's a starting mark. The cost of living over there, the organisation has sent me through some paperwork saying that the average cost of living for a volunteer is about $600 to $800 per month. And so I'm hoping to raise as much money as I possibly can, and then with that money I endeavour to stay for up to 1 year. So I should tell you about the campaign. For every $5 that you donate, your name will go in the draw to win some awesome prizes. And if you donate over $100, I will double your chances and I'll enter your name twice to go in the draw to win these prizes. I've done a whole bunch of campaigning around the local community where I live in West End, and I've asked different organisations to donate either prizes or money for the cause, and I've got some excellent prizes. I've got, the first prize is 10 free personal training sessions with an awesome trainer at the Healthworks in West End. Her name's Kate Billinghurst. She's got over 10 years experience and she does an amazing job and works really closely with her clients, and I can't recommend her more. So she's put forward 10 free personal training sessions for the first prize, which is valued at over $600. There's some conditions that apply to that, but you can read about that on the website. Second prize is 12 free passes to any yoga class at the Australian School of Yoga and Meditation, also in West End. I understand that this is Brisbane specific, but there are some prizes in there for people who don't live in Brisbane as well. Third prize is a 3-course vegetarian meal cooked by me. So you get to come to my house, I'll talk to you about the project, we can hang out, drink some wine, I'll make you a beautiful dinner. I'm an excellent cook. And yeah, so that's the third prize. The fourth prize is a fruit bowl made out of melted soldiers. You'll see, I'll post a picture on the website, but it's really cool, from a local artist called Hannah, and she's donated the prize, which was very thoughtful of her. Fifth prize is a $50 voucher from the book depository. Sixth prize is a deck of flower essence tarot cards. Seventh prize is a bottle of red of your choice. So that's it. Please put your money forward and support me in my journey to go and help this amazing organisation develop future projects, and yeah, that's all. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my blog, you can find me at jazzyphillips.wordpress.com. I'll be updating all the information there about my planning to go, and also once I get there I'll continue to write about the projects that we're working on and how we're going. So thank you. See ya.